email. It's just been churning and churning, so I'm on my phone right now.
Oh, I think we're live too. Are we supposed to do that thing where we pretend we don't know again? Because
let the fun begin. I hate that thing. Let's introduce the show. Like, hey, everybody, get ready for the show. Oh, you muted me.
That's how we do it. That's the intro. It's pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We're just dropping F-bombs like a minute in.
I'm starting off with them.
Yeah. I don't know why we wait.
Drinking water. Topo Choco, Kiko.
You didn't get the runs from it last week?
No, but I like it. Makes me burp. Pete is on a flip phone. And
I'm on a Razor. It's a pretty cool phone.
Which I will say is I'm going to be an ad for Apple right now. These guys literally restart the computer every 15 minutes. This computer's been on for 2 years.
No, it's not a PC thing. It's because I'm using a computer that should be like maxed out on, I don't know, Paint, and I'm running Premiere on it and Photoshop, and I'm trying to make images for Jeff like in 2 seconds because he sends them like minutes before the friggin' show.
Yeah, I shouldn't even have done my homework. But Derek didn't even use your images, by the way. I didn't,
because that's what I was doing before the show, because I saw Jeff's and I was like, oh, my garbage.
And his are so sad.
Same thing, and I already uploaded all mine. They're not as fancy as yours, but they're mildly fancy for me.
We're doing another business meeting here with live. I don't know why we do this.
Well, it's not so much a business meeting, so much as Jeff can't do anything meeting. That's kind of
Jeff can do it. Jeff just couldn't care less.
Well, welcome to the last how many years of my life, Jeff?
Yeah, good. Yeah, glad you're learning me, Pete.
Right, yeah. Jeff still hasn't watched Groundhog Day, but I used to begin my Monday yell at Jeff. I was like, I feel like this is Groundhog Day.
I got yelled at a lot. Yeah.
Wake up! Whatever the fucking song is in the beginning.
This is the sweariest babble yet. I can tell you that much.
So far, well, we can see how this goes.
Yeah, I might get flagged in the, do you have naughty language in the YouTube setup?
Hey,
naughty.
Derek, can you do me a favor? Just send me, copy and paste the link and just send me that by itself. Because for some reason, my email thinks you sent me, I don't know, like the Avengers, as a high-res file. I don't get it.
Honestly, I only sent you the link.
It's fine, but I'm on a Wi-Fi, and this usually breaks up after a bit. For the 10 people watching this, I want them to get the most quality available.
Yeah, because they want 2 minutes and 30 seconds of what just happened.
Hey, I want to bring everybody back up to speed. Last week we were down one. We're whole again. There's 3 of us. Everybody, Jeff, including Jeff, because he watched the show and then said after he couldn't make it that he's on the show. So
last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, I thought I'd stop in. You guys looked like you were having a shit show, so I thought I'd come in and
Thanks for, a little bit. Yeah, we're having a shit show, and you just turned it all over it when you came in. It was like you came.
Did I turn on it? Oh, I'll have to rewatch it.
Did you rewatch that one? No.
What?
I said, did you rewatch it? You didn't rewatch it.
No, but I will.
Today, I would say we have an interesting show because I'm going to spend, and Jeff's going to spend, and Peter's going to spend your money, not mine. Occasionally, at least 9 times in my lifetime, someone has asked me, what should I buy? And I have to ask, how much do you want to spend? So now we're going to tell you what I would buy with your money in a couple of categories. And the key here today is, since we're not really sponsored by anybody this week, and AMain Hobbies is maybe sort of a sponsor because we're an affiliate. There is a link in the show description, wherever the hell that will show up on your screen on Facebook and YouTube. After we talk about this stuff,
what is happening?
Pete switched. After we talk about this stuff, you're gonna shop in the link, and then we get paid like 30 cents for everything you buy. So you'll contribute to about 86 cents of profit.
Yeah, that doesn't factor. Right, but
yeah, but you're just shopping. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps us. So win-win. Just use the effing link. Don't make me swear anymore. But this show is based on us shopping at AMain Hobbies, and with our budget.
But you said that like we're choosing stuff that we want. So it's not like we're not recommending this for anyone else. I'm sure other people would enjoy it, but
yeah,
weren't we supposed to choose what we wanted?
Yeah,
I chose what I wanted. I don't care about anyone else. I mean, I care about other people, but not in these choices.
All right. Well, Jeff said no one else can buy this stuff.
No, I have no idea. Listen, I thought you explained something there. I don't know. I barely listen.
You should not. And
I
I
don't
also tell you should not, because he didn't follow the rules. A couple rules we put in there, and he
I overspent a little bit, but we'll haggle. If we're buying this much, we'll work a deal.
Well, not to spoiler, but Jeff, I knocked you down to a TRX4 Sport because the one you wanted was like $450.
Oh, I did too.
I only chose Traxxas so you wouldn't beat me up anyway, so I don't even care about that one.
Yeah, Pete, I did the same thing. So we did the same amount of work for Jeff, which was all of it.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, what are we doing?
Jeff, we didn't have you to make fun of last week. It was very hard.
Yeah, well, no, you probably did still make fun of me a lot, so I would imagine.
It was pretty cool though when your big in the air tonight head suddenly appeared. That was a lot of fun.
I thought that was cool. Yeah, I should be a floating head more often.
Making a banner so those who watch this later will understand what's going to be happening, and this is just pure broadcast magic. This is why we are content creators.
I don't think we've even done anything yet, and it's 6 minutes. All right, who's going first? Are we starting?
I got to control the panel here.
Are we starting with the $200 one, and we all say what everyone should buy or whatever? Oh, here we go.
Let me recap what we're doing here for everybody and future Jeff that will come in later and watch. Yeah. What we would buy, and apparently Jeff wouldn't recommend you buy any of this, which makes no sense.
No, I'll give an argument why you could. It's just
under 200, under 400, under 600, and unlimited. Jeff's choices were basically all unlimited. He didn't follow those like easy.
I spent slightly more on a couple of categories.
And I
have an argument. I can put my argument forward if you want to hear it now.
Your argument, of course. And I'll let you know that he didn't even do the part 2 that he added to what our idea was. Like,
what was part 2?
You added the part 2 and you didn't even do it.
You told me we're not doing part 2.
I said kits, and then you said, kits, ready to runs, and then categories of other stuff. You added stuff to this thing.
I added something. Anyway, again, let's just get to this. What are we doing here? We're talking about all the things I did like in this secret code. Let's show everyone.
All right, we're going to start, and I think unlike normal where I wait for my stuff to go last, I'm going to go first with my picks here. So I did this a little different. I have 2 choices for every category, a kit
good,
and an RTR.
Well, are we going to do all of our first picks and then all of our second, like $200 picks and all of our things? Okay.
Yeah, to listen one person diatribe for an hour might be boring, so we should split it up.
Well, if you're talking, yeah.
Isn't that
we're going right. I'm saving you as much as saving myself here, so yeah.
All right, I'm going to start with, and again, we shopped at AMain. Use the link in the description. You can shop there too. You can buy this or whatever the hell you want. We're going to get 8 cents from it. So there's a big ad for 8 cents. My first pick, and this was a very tough one, I'll let you know, because under $200 is some crap-ass choices. And this wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. This is the Losi 22S CT ready to run. And for under $200, I thought it was a pretty good choice. Anybody else have a comment on my awesome choice?
No.
All right. Well,
I would say to anyone though, if your budget is $200, if you can scare up some more budget, that'd be great because you can get a lot more car going up, not a lot more money. Not saying that's not a good choice, but more is always better. If
you don't have any money, you should wait longer and get more money.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you're like, this thing's $220 and I only have $200, well, yeah, more another one.
That was my argument when I broke the rules, right?
Yeah, but mine. To be honest, with you, was the best choice for the right rule.
Is that under $200? That thing's under $200.
It was $189, and ready to run. Pete's pick. Let me get rid of this thing now because it'll annoy me. Pete's pick here is not under ready to run, but it's still in our rules that we loosely put up there.
Here's why the rules are stupid, by the way. But yeah, go on.
We made the rules. How the hell are they stupid?
This is it. You guys yelled at me because of my hot shot. Now, mine's
be quiet. Let Pete defend his.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, and again, if a kid said like I have $200 to get into RC, I wouldn't say buy this kit and look at it until you can afford the electronics. But for me, if I had $200 to blow and I had to get a vehicle, I would probably get that because I love Beetles and. I love that one because it looks awesome and that with all the rally accoutrement. And that one is on the, I think it's like F1. I can't remember the name of the chassis, but it's a 4-wheel drive chassis, clamshell style. It's a really neat car. And with 4-wheel drive, it's a lot easier to drive. It's just you get a lot, I think, for your money with that kit. They also have the Beetle as like a regular street going Beetle. And that one's on the MO6 chassis. If you want to stick strictly on pavement, That one's a lot of fun too, but that one is a rear-wheel drive. But it's a rear-wheel drive, rear motor, like a real VW would be. So
yeah, just get the 4-wheel drive one. It's better.
And to me, it has a whole ton of great kits for under $200. You should definitely look at that. If you have electronics, you pulled out of something else, you want to go to eBay and get someone's cheap takeouts from another ready to run and put them in there. To me, it has some really great options for fun to build kits.
All right, now we're going to Jeff's I don't obey the rules thing.
Well, again, listen,
not $200 pick.
I agree. Yeah, it was over $240. What's that?
I thought I found that for under 200.
I think it was like 240. Whatever. I agree with everything you just said, Pete.
Yeah.
This is silly because
Not silly.
well, no, it's not silly, but it's fine. I looked at it like Pete did. Like if I had $200, I'd go get a hotshot and use my own radio and electronics and batteries to run it. But really, there's another $200 and stuff that you have to buy to make a kit work. So we've all, like, I mean, me and Pete both broke the $200 rule. I broke it a little more because my kit price is slightly more. But again, I think it was your advice or Pete's advice to spend a little more. So I did on my 200.
Right. It's 240 is where I'm seeing it over here.
Yeah, right. That's my pick. That's still my pick. Hot Shot's awesome. I would drive it. I have a bunch of vintage stuff that I don't drive. Maybe some people don't like that. I'm scared of driving any of my stuff, so I'd buy that one and drive it. I know it's a re-release, so it's not as scary as some of the real stuff that I have, but yeah, I would beat it up.
I don't begrudge anyone not driving an actual historic vintage model, but
no, I know there's a few camps on this. Yeah, I agree with you. There's a couple camps where you should at least run a battery through it or something so that it's, it's like licking the stamp, I guess, if you're a collector. But
you can do that with your car. But if I got a vintage Avante in the box and I built it, I would never run it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Right. But this one I would run. This one
I won the $200 pick challenge here because I actually gave you guys a kit option. I did have.
What was your ready to run $200 one again?
The Low C SC 22 ready to run.
I can't believe that's under $200 ready to run. That's impressive.
This one?
Yeah.
And here was my kit choice, which I'll go through the whole blah, 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 blah. This takes you more money. I think this is a cool thing for under $200.
Yeah.
It's also a fun race car in the class that they race. So
indeed.
So I tried to do a kit or requires more and a right run for each one, which I looked at my text and that wasn't discussed, but I just made it smarter for me. We're on to $400. I feel like I'm Jeopardy. Can I have cars under $400, Derek? I'm going to start with my ready to run, which we have a duplicate, but I think I don't know if you picked the same one, Pete, with the package here, but you get a terrible charger, sorry, Reedy, and a mediocre battery for under $400, and you're drag racing. Pete's pick, same thing, except I chose green, he chose orange.
Good.
Do they have it without the battery and charger as well?
Yeah, it's a little cheaper. This was just, I think it was like $350 without it, and then $399 with the battery and whatever. So
yeah,
you can save a couple bucks and probably get a better battery and charger, But for those who just want the real ready to run experience for $399, you get a deal. Jeff's $400 one, which his original pick was not $400, but both me and Pete corrected him to the right one.
That's the TRX4. Okay, yeah.
That's the sport version of the TRX4.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
So you lose a lot of the features, but the same chassis, and some people like it better for crawling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't care. My only crawler I own is a AX10, that original release from Axial. I mean, it's awesome, but you can't get parts for it anymore, I'm pretty sure. So I wouldn't, if I were to update and get. What's that?
I said they're pretty much all the same parts.
Yeah, and that may be true, but I think anyways, yeah, and you can MacGyver whatever you have to do. But I would like to update to a current model crawler one day.
If you guys can look at the comments to make sure if there's anything that needs to be addressed, I can only look at pictures.
Why it defaults to private chat, which is dumb. I mean, it should default.
No, just click over to comments.
I know, but I have to go over there and click it. If I saw these things popping up, I'd be looking at them. Well, I guess we're over here.
So here's my bonus $400. This is not a kit. It's an almost ready to run, but for $400, even though.
And here we go again. This is the thing. Yeah, right.
Okay, you're going to repeat yourself a lot if that's the only thing you're going to say today.
Well, because that's like a $1,200 finished model. So this is the thing that's
ready to run. It's missing. I don't know what it's missing, but it's
Everything.
$400.
It's got nothing in it. It's a
No
rolling
electronics?
chassis. No, nothing. Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
For $400?
It's if you want to build your own fast car with it, instead of buying RTR electronics and radio and taking it all out and rebuying your fancy stuff, that's the version you get if you want to choose everything. I mean, fine. I like the choice, and I agree with you. It's just, again, the rules make it odd that your $400 pick is still a G note, when you're done. So,
Jeff, do you know Dave Zilla S?
Yeah, very well. Of course, yeah.
Okay. Well, I figured either you knew him, or if you didn't know him, I should read his comment as, "Yay, Jeff is back," as opposed to, "Hey, Jeff is back."
Probably true.
I was reading it
I know Dave Zilla very well. Yeah, I work with him, and yeah. He's my personal trainer.
Yeah, it's been working out. This is Beard Dyer. We're up to $600.
What was my $400 pick?
Yeah. We care about Pete too. Come on.
I told you. I already sent it.
I already forgot. I forgot what I picked.
Are we on 400 still? All right.
Yes.
I can't believe anyone's still here.
Let me ask you guys this: how did you pick? Because I went to AMain and I sorted by price, and then I just kept going up for each price point. What did you guys do?
I had an idea of genre I wanted, and then I kind of plugged that genre into the price point I thought would work. Vintage, $200. A nitro buggy would be 600. I guessed on what I wanted and where it would fit.
I didn't see the filter by price for a while, so I just started clicking through pages and getting an idea of what it was, and then I went to brands, to be honest with you, and then filtered to see what it was at. I wish they had an AMain. If you ever watch this in the future, you should probably have something of my budget from 200 to 400, where I pick something,
Well, like a ready to run, like a full setup where you could drive away for a price range.
Well, yeah, no, but even like I couldn't filter. I want to look at things up to $400. That seems like a simple filter that was missing, unless I'm missing it, but I didn't see it.
My guess is you were missing it.
I'm pretty smart now.
That was
under $600. Under $600. Anybody? 600. I'm going to start with my kit because we have a repeat to this one too. So this is obviously, Jeff will complain that this costs more.
I'm not going to complain. Just you all yelled at me, and then yelled at the same thing. Yeah, that's a good choice.
This was the only nitro buggy under $600.
Are we on to 600 now? I don't know what's going on.
600.
That's a Techno?
Yeah. It was $599. It's a good buggy. Small company, but everybody else was more expensive, and I stuck to the 600. I was $1 under, so
yeah.
I like nitro buggy, and of course, you're not gonna race for $600. We get it. Jeff will go, like
you gotta spend another $1,000 on top of that.
There you go.
But it's true, right?
That's a full-on
I chose a
race
nitro buggy as well. What's that, Pete?
No, I was saying the same thing. That is a full-on race buggy. You can't equip it for $600, but
right,
that is a race buggy.
It's $50 cheaper than everybody else.
Let me ask you this: would $50 influence your buying decision if you were going to go buy a buggy and you didn't have to stop?
No, because
of course not.
Jeff's pick is what I was looking for, but it was $650, so I didn't pick it.
Yeah, I'd spend the extra $50. I'd run Techno. I'm a huge fan of Techno.
No, that wasn't a diss against Techno at all.
I know that. No, I know. But
once you're up to 600, $50 is enough where you're like, well, I'll save 50, and
If your end price to get it, if you're looking at a $600 RTR, I can see some buyers not wanting to spend the extra $50. But that $600 or $650 is a component of either $1,600 or $1,650 you're going to spend. At that point, 50 is
the only difference is we set a limit here that we set up. It wasn't somebody else's.
Well, it's an arbitrary limit, anyways. Because that's fine.
And then Pete. Sorry, I got to find the order of these. Where's the Pete? Pete and I chose the same ready to run. Trax Max. He chose orange, and I think there's a theme here, and I chose green again.
Wow. You guys have your favorite colors picked out. That's good.
I like the green. And to be honest with you, and I thought about this. This was the one I thought about probably the longest.
Same here.
A lot of ready to run options in there. And I went around and I have the Max in my garage, and I still run it, and it hasn't broken, and it's fast, and it's good size. Everything kind of positive about that one. I haven't driven the Haas yet, so I can't say, but it's probably similar, to be honest with you. Because the Rustler 4x4 VXL was fun too, but I like the Max better. Pete, your Max choice?
I think the Max is great, and I think it's weird because I'm like, well, does the guy with $600, does that mean he can afford a bunch of RC cars, or does that mean he's really pushed himself out there? And man, this is going to be his one RC car because it's $600. And if you're that guy, definitely the Max does everything. You can run up and down the street and go fast. Obviously, it goes in the dirt. It does wheelies and stunts, all that stuff. So if you want like that big truck, big power experience without going totally into 6S, 8S giant trucks, the Max is a good one. It's big. I mean, no one would look at it and say, "Oh, that's a small truck," but it's not so giant that you can't work on it on your kitchen table. All that, it's like the Goldilocks for a high power monster truck, I think.
Yeah,
it's just right.
Jeff, you got anything to complain about? No.
No, I actually thought when the Max first came out, I thought it was going to be a flop. I didn't think there was a place for it, but people seem to love it. Yeah, I have nothing.
Are you selling them at the hobby shop?
I'm not there that much to be able to speak to the sales of.
What do you do? I don't know what you do.
Well, they're once every 2 weeks at this point, but I've seen Maxes sell. Yeah, we sell Maxes. Sure. Yeah, we sell tons of everything. The shop is small but huge sales. Yeah.
Okay, now we're up to the big boy. We won the lottery.
Yes.
And there's no budget. And Jeff's odd choice.
Why is it not?
It's only $600.
No, but I wrote in my email I would do it up. Like I would. This is one of the ones where I would take the speed control and the motor out and the radio out, and I would drop. I would make one of those stupid 130 mile an hour cars that everyone.
What does that car go for?
I don't know. Yeah, right.
Why didn't
but then
you throw a 50 but not quite choice, and then you could have something actually expensive for your unlimited?
No, but if you were to do what I would do to that vehicle, it would be very expensive. I'm not saying just. I'm not saying
still
buy
do
that.
it. I mean, it's not like we said you have to spend $200 and then never touch it. It was just what you get.
No, Jeff,
hey, that's my choice. I'm not gonna. That's my choice. I'll fight you all.
I'm just trying to peek inside your mind because.
All right, what should I have chosen, everyone? So everyone tell me.
Inside your head, it's just nothing but like camouflage and bong rips and I don't know what else. So
all right.
Yeah, now he has budget concerns. He's blowing the budget at $200, but at unlimited, I'd like to buy.
No, I don't have any budget concerns. What was I supposed to buy? I mean, there's not that many expensive. Okay, I'll take a Losi 5T. I don't know. Am I allowed to put some aluminum parts on it, or I don't know the rules? I don't even care. That's what I wanted. I want a 150 mile an hour, $2,000 car that explodes when you tag a curb. That's what I would do with my lotto money.
I'm just surprised you didn't pick like fish tank. So we're good. It's fine.
I have a fish tank.
I chose.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah,
and that's the Mugen version, and it would cost more than Jeff's 130 mile an hour wall rocket.
Yeah, probably. But you'd be surprised what some of these guys are putting in.
That was a Serpent. This one's a Mugen.
But who cares? I like the
Mugen better than the Serpent.
No, but it's not a Serpent. It's a Velocity. Put up a picture. Put up something I worked on. No one ever liked my thumbnail or my Facebook promotional post.
You're mad. It's almost like someone said something bad about Traxxas. He's going nuts right now.
I don't care if you say anything.
I like the thing.
He wants to fight everyone.
I'm just pretend. It's to entertain the people watching. All those three guys deserve some entertainment, so I'm trying to give.
I thought I was the angry guy, Pete. What's going on here? Are you trying to take my role?
Hey, I also have here's my RTR choice because that's not RTR.
What is that?
6-scale Losi thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Very technical with the terms, but I actually, for unlimited, I looked at some of the more expensive stuff, and I was like, I don't really want a big 5th-scale Weed Whacker 5T. They're not as fun, to be honest with you.
Well, no, I'm sure I would have a lot of fun, or you'd have a lot of fun, or anyone would have a lot of fun.
Have you guys seen it? It's gone around a few times amongst internet circles, but some guy, I'm sure he's in like, Abu Dhabi. He's got an all gold-plated Baja 5B. Like everything is gold on it except the tires.
I haven't seen it, but it sounds awesome. To have that much money.
And then Pete
doesn't matter.
Chose the. I actually kind of almost picked this too, but Pete's going for the 8 mile an hour tank that shoots another tank, and everybody loves, but nobody has.
Well, I don't think that one has the infrared cap. Does Tamiya do infrared tanks?
Yeah,
that one's got the light and sound system. That's a full option tank, which means makes tank noises. You can elevate and lower the barrel, and there's a strobe inside. I'm pointing to.
I feel like it had battle capabilities at one trade show, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, my main thing was the realism, and to me, it has a few of those full option versions that come with all the electronic gizmos inside. I like that one because that's to me, Japanese ground defense force version, which is what would fight Godzilla. But they've also got the Leopard and the Pershing, and all the really iconic tanks you can get in these $1,000 and up supermodels. They're really amazing. I mean, unfortunately, you don't just like bolt them together and you're done. You got to be able to paint them. There's some actual fine modeling required to make them look like that. But they are incredible machines.
Yeah, they're not as fun, to be honest with you, as they look. But
well, if you're in the tanks,
it's the ultimate model that you then turn on and it moves and it takes it to another level.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to have a blast driving my tank.
Yeah, well, you might have a blast. It's the same as those construction vehicles. They sell like crazy. Like
and like anything else,
I wouldn't give you 5 minutes of my time for that, but some people love that stuff. So everyone's.
It's like anything else. If you've got 5 other guys who are super into those tanks, and you stage scale battles, and like you look for cover, and then all that could be a blast. But of course, driving up and down the street, I'm not like, man, I drove my tank for an hour in the neighborhood.
Tank drag racing. I'd do that actually. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Imagine a tank with a 9-turn.
I'll defend mine. They're not as fun as they are. The excavator and like that stuff, like you're going to be doing a little bit more with it. I can see digging a hole being fun.
What are you going to do? Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to dig a hole for 3 minutes.
I get the enjoyment
and
of
then
that.
what? And then what? Fill the hole back up? What are you going to do? Like, that's the thing. It's, right.
Yeah,
Sure, not. Again, I'm not poo-pooing it.
It's the like those street straight. I mean, there's no difference.
4RC and the construction guys after me at the same time.
The RC version of having a giant train set, I mean, that's what it is.
I had a train set when I was a kid. I don't have one now.
I still have my train set. I kept my train set.
I do there's that video of that big war, that scale tank battle that they staged where you had the guys hiding and running around the edge. That's why I think pretty sure these have the battle system.
I'm sure they do.
They can disable each other. I mean, I'm not the tank expert. I remember maybe 15 years ago seeing them at the trade show and I can't remember if they had it, but they must have it.
I'm sure they do. It might be an option, but I'm sure they do.
But I couldn't see. Well, I don't know. I have a sailboat too, which is super boring, but it's fun for like 5 minutes.
Well, I maintain that a lot of these things are just meant to be parked in your cool office, and it's just like it's a rich guy thing. Honestly, it's a look at my toys that I can afford kind of thing, which is fine. I'm not knocking that one bit.
Hey, nobody chose one of those $5,000 or $10,000 RC 4-wheel drive construction vehicles. We probably should have chosen that for the.
That wasn't on AMain. I would have probably taken one of those.
Oh, it had to be on AMain? I don't know. Whatever.
I kind of done the text and you shopped on it, so.
No, I saw something about AMain. I didn't know it had to be on AMain. After I realized what your text messages were costing me, I stopped reading them.
I'd like to announce that Jeff pays for text messages. I don't know if anybody.
No, it's a technicality that I am now paying for U.S. text messages. Anyways, we don't need to get into the details, but yeah, apparently this was a.
Jeff's so rich he pays for text.
No, I accidentally. Anyway, I explained to you, as you know, I'm not going to explain this.
Jeff, I have to ask. When you text, your keyboard has a button for each letter, right? You don't have to type the same one 3 times to get to the third letter.
No, right? It's an old one, but I got a Samsung. It's an S6. It's old. I'm about to get a whatever S20 or something, whatever the stupid number they're on. But yeah, it's old. It's like 6 or 7 years old, I think. But it's not a. That's my answer.
What is there anything that you keep up with technology-wise, where you make sure you have the latest anything?
Godzilla toys for the kid, as you know. He owns every one of those that comes out always, right on the front line of everything.
That's
no,
good.
I don't. No, I'm not a trendy tech guy.
Not even hats.
No,
I replace my shit when it needs replacing. And
my iPhone is always 1 or 2 generations behind. I mean,
yeah. Derek made fun of me because I caught on to Angry Birds, and it's a fun game. About 5 years after the fact. Yeah, I'm behind. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
A lot. When we first started the magazine, Jeff's internet rate was like 3 megabytes per second.
No, it wasn't, but it was slower than it should.
Definitely 100% was. It was like a half a megabyte upload, and Jeff's like, "This magazine's too big. It's taking like 45 minutes to download."
No, but it turned out to be a router problem. It wasn't that bad, but I've always been behind on that. I even now I'm behind.
He had a
rate download is probably slow.
Jeff's internet was so slow that he thought his favorite porn site was all stills.
Yeah, I did think that once. Yeah. That's good.
I got jokes.
Yeah, you do. All right. I do want to mention, throw up the picture of my, if I want one really bad, but I wouldn't probably spend the money on it, but maybe I would. That diff check thing. Did anyone else do one of those?
No.
This is something. It's not even that expensive. I think they're $100 or $150, whatever they are.
This is the device that lets you check how much force that is required
That's
to
right.
operate the differential.
Yeah, it works on touring car or 10 scale buggy or 8 scale, whatever, 17 mil hex or 12 mil hex. Yeah, and it tells you your diff loading, I guess, or how what your diff settings are like. So it seems awesome to me. I think I don't even remember how much they were. I wrote a press release on it a few months ago, and I really wanted one, but not really. Like, you'd use it rarely, I think, but I think it's awesome. I would love that amount of data. You can even see how much your silicone breaks down after an hour-long main, or you can, if your car is working well, you can get all your diff settings. So after you rebuild, you can mimic it, or there's all sorts of things you can do with that. Now, I think it's awesome.
Keep that picture up there for a second, Derek. I just want to point out that, Jeff, next time you meet a special lady on Canadian Grindr or whatever it is, if she has that in her car, she's not into RC. She has to blow into it before she can drive away.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Yeah. I got it. Right. I'm aware of the breathalyzer.
Do you hold the one you have to take the diff out and hold one side, right? And just turn.
Yeah, you gotta force the diff action. Well, you don't hold the other wheel. I guess you would hold the pulley so that you have to force the diff action.
You have to diff rape it.
You have to diff rape it, and then you write the number down, and you can. I mean, even if you want to know what your, the Serpent driver next to you is running to compare it to your associated car, it would still be useful data, I think. If you're trying to copy a setup, or if you're trying to look for consistency in your setup. Again, I don't know that I'd ever shell it the money, but if someone said, "Hey, go buy whatever you want," I think that's something I would want.
How many times do you check your ride height before you race?
Yeah, we've been through that. I check it every time. Yeah, me and McMahon. What? I'm fine with that. It's one of the most important settings.
Once?
I check it before every run.
But like once, or do you drop it like 900 times?
Oh, how many times do I check when I'm checking?
Yes.
Well, because I check it so often, when I drop it and it's once and it's still at the 15.5 millimeter or whatever I had it set at before, I don't drop it again. But if I'm expecting 15.5 and I get 16.5, then I'll drop it a couple times and figure it out. Yeah. Listen, it takes 2 seconds and things go wonky. I actually change my colors often throughout the day. I don't know if it's a temperature thing or oil breaking down or spring settling or everything. Who knows? But yeah.
It changes at the end of the. Do you check it at the end of the race to see the ride height change?
No, I've never done a comparison to you talked about as it heats up.
Yeah, in foams. I think that's why they created the vented diff caps, the European style. I think Drake said it was like almost a 2 millimeter ride height change on his 8-scale car.
Yeah, right. And I mean, this is some of the reason we switched to silicone oil many decades ago, because it's less.
This wasn't like when we were using non-synthetic.
No, I'm just saying that's another reason. Like, yeah, consistency in the shock with temperature is a thing, is what I'm saying. I remember I was at one of the Minreg races. I think it was the Nationals, and Matt Francis was building it. It was hot, and there was indoor pitting with air conditioning, but he was building his shocks right before the main outside so that the shock oil temperature was going to be the temperature was going to be on the track. So it was a more consistent setting. Little things like that. I remember. Yeah, the consistency of the shocks and all that, the fluids are super important. How did we get onto this? I don't remember. You asked how often I check. Yeah, things change, right. What's that? What?
We're worried about diff settings right now.
No, well, right. We got onto ride height, which fluids.
Putting fluid in a diff, you're never going to get the same amount of fluid in there. So it's technically never, ever going to be the same.
Well, no, you can actually get Paul King, when he wrote an article, which I thought was brilliant. One of the hardest things when building a diff is to compensate for the final bevel gear that's going to drop in.
Right.
To figure. So what he does is he pulls the bevel gear out and puts it in the cup of the diff. So you can fill your oil right up to the top. And then the only displacement you have to figure out is that tiny shaft and pin. It's a little harder to line up, but you can get pretty accurate on your diff oil, your diff oil volume, and then you buy a diff check, and then you can know for sure if it's right.
Hey, does it work with mini Z's?
I don't know. No. I mean, no, I do know. No, it won't. No.
I always make sure I've got all 4 body clips on there before I go out. That's my move.
Yeah. Well, the next product this company was going to release was a body clip check, where you can scan the top of the body,
and it looks for 4 body
it
clips.
tells you if it have four or not. Because if you have 3, that's bad.
You don't have one flipped.
It'll tell you if one's flipped. Yeah, very advanced technology.
Yeah, it's $200, but it's worth it. Back to unlimited dollars. If you had unlimited dollars, like you've won Powerball, they have Powerball.
I wouldn't be doing the hobby.
What's the Powerball called?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Answer a question.
We don't have lottos like you guys do, where you have like $100 million.
You have to answer a question.
What? Was there a question?
Yeah. Well, I sidetracked because I was wondering if you guys had a Powerball. But you've won a lot of money. You've got millions of dollars. So you've got a smaller house. You've got plenty of backyard acreage now. I would definitely want to have a 10th scale off-road track, and around it, in the beautiful landscaping, would be my crawler course. And I don't think I'd have a boat pond, but I'd probably have like enough backyard so I could fly some planes around. I wouldn't be super into planes, but I'd buy some ready-to-fly planes and chuck them and fly them around. Sure.
You'd have to have the kind of money that would hire a staff as well, because I wouldn't want a track in my backyard if there wasn't someone paid to maintain it, for example.
Yeah, you're worried about who's your sweeper?
Well, so I'm not saying it. You'd have to have enough money. You'd have to have gold-plated 5B kind of money.
If you had that kind of money, you've also got someone taking care of all your shrubs and stuff. So yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You've got whatever money you need to have your RC.
Yeah. Then I'll come play with you at your establishment. I mean,
yeah. So what would your RC backyard look like? Or maybe it would be inside of a steel building because you have an indoor carpet track. I don't know, but you've got.
I would argue the same thing you did. I would even want the pond in the. Because if you're rich and not working and you got nothing but time, I would play with everything. I'd do planes, drones, cars. I'd even bash or crawl.
What's that? Drones are boring. You know what I wish would take off that's really hard is, do you ever watch the swamp boat racing where they do the track where it's like.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, that'd be an awesome.
The noise? Do the noise. I didn't hear the noise.
No, once is enough.
You just gotta watch it back to get.
Those are jet boats, and that track is like 3 feet deep because there's no prop. They just suck water in and squirt.
I think I've heard of this. Yeah.
But those
RC are real.
They're like Tron. It's like the Tron's motorcycle sequence. They will just turn go like that without even with no inertia apparently. I can't imagine being inside one of those things. I'd hurl after one lap. But yeah, they're pretty intense.
Yeah. So you're talking about a full size one that you sit in.
They're like a 2-person jet boat. It's like almost like a jet ski.
Pro Boat has a jet drive, and they've done 2 ready to runs with that in it. They didn't really take off, I don't think, but it does exist. I mean, it's been done. And you'd think jet boats would be bigger. Hey, Haircut, what's up?
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen his new hair.
Yeah.
Say hi to Peter and Derek.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Derek.
Hey,
buddy.
Peter, I heard you also got the new Colossal Indominus Rex.
Well, I ran out of time to unbox it, but yeah, I got him right over here.
Peter and Vetter have been texting about their new toys now.
Well, I texted you, Jeff.
Or Peter and Vetter. Did I say Peter and Vetter? I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, I'm not some creeper. I mean, geez.
Yeah, I got some.
What's your kid's cell number?
Peter, I got something too.
This is usually our after show where Pete and Vetter discuss dinosaurs for about a half hour.
I think it was already.
And
No. Yeah, we'll talk to Peter again after. Though,
Nobody has a jet boat track yet that I've seen. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, a jet boat track would be rad. That'd be cool. But I'm surprised that actually jet boats haven't caught on just because there's with no prop to foul. They're great for RC because if you've got some crappy little pond with all kinds of algae and stuff that just wrecks props, now you don't have to worry about that. Your jet boat because doesn't have to get fouled by
But
that.
wouldn't that just go through the jet component of it?
Well, if you have a screen in front of the intake, I mean, it should.
Wouldn't it just plug the screen? I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't know. I'm trying. Hey, your jet boat sucks, buddy.
I have a boat. It's still behind me. It's ready to go in the water.
You got your boat all the time to show everyone your boat.
You got to prepare to go to somewhere to run it.
Yeah.
But I still haven't run my Haas because I want to make I want to make my running it video, but I can't go run it until I'm shooting it because I don't want to break it or mess it up before I do it.
And here's what people don't realize.
Reviewing cars, it's always this hassle, instead of when you own it, you can just like, cool, I'm going to go run it right now. No, you got to wait for this and that to get done and the photos.
Any enjoyment is destroyed if you're an editor of any sorts for all the reasons you just said. Yeah,
well, actually, that's what I have to do is shoot it for velocity while it's clean. I can't go run unless I want to rebuild the whole thing before I take the photo.
I don't care if it's dirty. I don't think
anytime I
right?
come up with a fun article, it's
that.
less fun because of the bed mass involved in completing it.
I've seen that done, like, oh, we'll be the cool guys who like show it like all dirty, like for the reader to like, but it makes it look like junk and you can't see as well. And
No, I didn't mean like running through mud and then have it like that. But
no, I know what you mean. But still, even just
You
like
can't run it anyway. I'm with Pete on this one. It's got if you're doing studio, it's got to be clean and nice.
no, studio, I'm fine. I'm talking about eventually after you run it for 1 second, it's dirty. And I know Traxxas has this level of one run, clean it to brand new looking, which is great for videos, but it's not great for getting stuff done, to be honest with you.
What are you talking about? Traxxas wants you to clean it after every run? What are you talking about?
For every photo shoot, if you watch any of their action shots, it's like it just came out of the box. So
okay.
He's saying Traxxas does that, not saying that we have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't mind some mud thrown up and looking like it's
for video. Nor do I. I wanted the video to start off clean, but certainly for studio photos, I'm not going to get all dirty and then shoot it.
The only crappy thing about doing video and photos is that, and we get this. People always say, "Oh, you can't drive." The video you usually see in the beginning is the first time I've ever driven a car on a track, and it's like, okay, I'm doing 1 lap, and it's the video we got in the beginning before it's all dirty. And
we're also not often driving for the skill of it. You're driving to get awesome pictures and really cool shots. You're not
video like when you're like, I'll use Joe's track for example. He has a small 10 scale track, a 4-wheel drive VXL Rustler with a brushless system that has no throttle feel will not
tires.
Jumps. You won't downside a jump, and it looks like I've told people I get defensive. Anytime you'd like to come and race me with this pile of crap thing that's not made for a track, we'll do lap times. Just throw it down and let's go. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Also, in this race, we're both driving and holding a camera at the same time. So.
Right.
But I have a guy to drive, my boy Philip over at Hobbytown. So I'll have a driver, so I don't have to do both. And a lot.
Oh, I did get my Formula E. I meant to bring that in here. I got the Formula E car today. I was going to do an unboxing, which was basically here's a box with a bunch of parts in it, which I don't think I'm going to do.
Yeah, I had the same thought with the DR10, which I've got to get built. Because it's just parts. What I am going to do, though, is as I build it, I will shoot little segments to say, here's a cool feature. But yeah, I mean, check out the poly bags. Who cares?
Yeah. The only funny thing about unboxing a kit is the D-bag. That's it. It's,
right.
Jeff's favorite.
Well, sure. Yeah.
And I will say that in the next episode, everybody will request Jeff get a new hat because I'm tired of looking at that one.
I couldn't care less. But yeah, everyone can request it. Yeah.
Still summer, if anybody forgot. Well, actually, we're running to the end of summer, so you'll be in season again.
Jeff, I think you had a week for this. So next week, I would like
I had 2 weeks, arguably.
I want to see full date hair. What does Jeff look like? He's going to meet that special lady. I'm curious.
Hey, we had the dark. We had him on the camera.
It's still often man bunned, more for practicality than for style. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not for style.
No, I'm well aware.
It's like, let me just put my hair up into a joke. A man bun?
I grow my hair long and then I shave it and I donate it. And when it gets to a certain length,
you want your hair.
And that's probably true. When it gets to a certain length,
you're a young cancer lady. Here's a 45-year-old old man hair, already pre-bun for you.
Well, listen. Often people that are using the hair, obviously, patients who use the hair are often older as well. So older hair probably isn't a problem. Anyways, I don't know. I put it in a bag and mail it.
Except older hair and take some doll hair.
They do. One of the places I have sent it to in the past, they did have a limit on how much gray you can have. They had like a percentage of. I'm sure other places don't care, but this particular place didn't want more than 5% gray or whatever it was.
Did you go through and pick your hairs out or what?
No, I don't have that much gray on my actual head.
Did they ever email you and they're like, "This is head hair, right?" Like,
yeah, I grew my pubes 1.5 foot long before I donate them. Well, wait, don't give me that look like you didn't like. What other direction were you going in?
I know, but you don't have to like give me a scenario. Like,
it's the scenario. Dreadlocks. Come on.
Since Jeff's always wearing a hat, he's always in full winter bush mode. So,
nice, good bush reference.
You wear that hat like 24/7?
No, I don't wear. I work from home, as many of you know. I don't wear anything. I wear boxers. My hair is flowing in the air-conditioned wind. I am shirtless and pantless always. That's why I get so angry when my doorbell rings and they're trying to sell me a hot water tank or something, because I have to get dressed to go and answer it. So, no, I am. This is not. I'm angry. I have to get dressed for Monday night.
I didn't need this story to scare me into not wearing a knit hat 24/7, but there was some dude who went on some like manly adventure where he was like on a fishing boat to Alaska, and he just wore a knit hat literally 24/7, like for like 3 weeks. And then like he couldn't take it off because his hair had like grown into the hat, and he had to like cut the hat off and shave his head bald to like detach him from his knit hat. So
I probably would have been able to get the hat off somehow without shaving.
Can I back it up a little bit? So you have door-to-door hot water heater salesman?
So I don't know if this is the thing. I don't know why we're talking about it. I don't know if this is the thing in the U.S., but there's a lot of people rent their hot water tank, and the argument is like, and you pay like a relatively low fee per month, but if you extrapolate and work it out to what you're actually paying for it, it's ridiculous. So it's a lucrative business. So these idiots come to your door constantly selling you a $600 hot water tank for what you're going to pay $6 or $8 or 10 grand over the next 10 or 20 years for. But don't worry, it's only $18 a month. It's one of those scams. I own my hot water tank, so I that's not a thing. But
yeah, America must be rich. We don't rent our hot water.
Well, no, yeah. Listen, when I bought my house, I mean, it was my first house. I just signed everything that was put in front of me, and I signed like a 10-year contract where my first hot water tank, I ended up paying like literally like $6 grand for a $600 piece of wood.
I'm going to remind you before this just goes into the weirdest end of a show ever.
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, yeah, because I don't wear pants, and the guy tried to sell me a hot water tank, right? Yeah. Segues have been brilliant here.
Just random ideas of what we would spend our money on. Don't buy anything that Jeff said.
Yeah, this is the worst show we've done, by even worse than you two last week, which is that's
just
bad.
Use the link that's in the description to buy anything from AMain. If you shop there, it helps us. And subscribe to the magazine. That also helps us. Buy a hat. Even though I don't have a link for you to buy it, you can email me. You can buy one of these 13,000 stitched hats.
Hey, are we gonna ever hand out prizes again? You were the super cool guy for a little while, just giving shit out like you were a magic man, and now you got nothing.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, right.
I would give out some more Triple X main shit, but I'm pretty sure that dude that won it 10 years ago hasn't gotten anything.
2 guys and you two, so that's 4 people that are. Oh, and Masked Master. There's 5 people that are angry.
You only replied to his email.
No, but I've referenced it to him, so he knows that we're kosher.
Do you ever feel like today is the day I'm going to mail out those decals? Like,
I get that often, and then something else comes up. So,
like a TV show, like what? I mean,
no, often not. No, I don't get to watch. I have a big backlog of TV I want to watch.
Aren't you bringing other stuff to the post office? I mean,
yeah. I know you're actually genuinely mad at me. Yeah.
I just want to give away decals on the Facebook page and stuff, and put them on my own cars. And
I know
the magazine.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. You're right. I mean, I'm not going to say. I should say to you, dude, I'll fix it this week, but I can't make any promises. Obviously,
actual stickers so we can put them on the cars. Probably for like 5 years now. And
did you just run out of velocity stickers that I sent to you like 5 years ago? Is that what you just said?
I've been out of them for quite some time. I mean, there's been a few hanging around that I
sent you like even 2 versions. We had our die cut ones, and then I had a bunch screen printed up.
Yeah, I'm talking about the die cut ones that I know that you can make.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Saying
I'm on it and then sipping a beer is just like perfection.
So the other thing we take away is that if you want to rent a water heater, talk to Jeff. He will sell you
all the connections. I can get you a $600 water heater for $8 grand, no problem.
In Canada, you can't just sit in your underwear and wear your toque anymore. You just got to answer all the water heater sales, and they sell ice there too.
It's an unreasonable number of hot water tank sellers coming to a house in my area. It's completely unreasonable, the number that do.
I do. And if anybody also remembers, this is Jeff's birthday wish. It's a dick
yeah,
check.
If anyone wants to buy me a present, or if Diff Check Guy is watching, because he probably is, this is a huge show, then he can.
When was the last
time
time
you were watching? I would have killed myself already. But anyway, let's do this. My dog's in the background yelling at me. That's it. We're done. I got to push the end broadcast. That's the last part. Unless we want to have a more water heater discussion.
Well, what did Peter was going to say, something? What were you going to say, Peter, before?
Why do we have end credits where someone's getting murdered? It's like crazy. It's like
Who's getting murdered?
in the Velocity end credit there, gunshots and a guy dies. What?
No, you know what that is? You know what that noise is?
No.
So when I have a bomb guy. I know I'm probably going to have the FBI or whatever our equivalent here come to me now. But when myself and Wes were,
FBI's our guys. You have your own weird people. Your Mounties, FB Mounties.
yeah, this guy's awesome. His first name's Scott. I won't say his last name, but we went to, where did we even go? The M1, not Minnesota.
Oh, wait, this is still live, so this is like the after show. Great.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'll just tell this quick. That noise, it's not a gunshot. We blew up a Barbie.
Oh, that was your Barbie.
That's the noise. So we're doing a shoot, Maryland. Sorry, Maryland. That's what it was. We're doing a shoot in Maryland, and this dude myself and Wes flew in to shoot with. One of the guys we were shooting with a few. I don't even know. The guy that made. Well, no, I won't say that because then you know who he is. It doesn't matter. Really cool guy. Anyways, at one point he's like, "I can make a bomb. Do you want to blow up an RC car?" And we're like, "Yeah." So we went to Toys R Us, bought a freaking Barbie car, went to this like random industrial, like abandoned industrial place in the middle of nowhere, and drove the Barbie car and blew it up. And it was freaking crazy to me. I don't have in Canada, we don't do this kind of stuff. And that's the noise. It was loud, dude. And it blew, like, it was pretty crazy.
When you met him and went to shake his hand, was like, "Hey, I'm Scott."
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is all three of us know him. I'll tell you who it is after. You'll both remember this guy. Really awesome guy.
Is it Barry Baker?
He had all his digits, yeah. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff that happened. We used to go on weird shoots.
This is going to be another thing. I have to tell you who it is at the beginning of the next show.
No, I don't know if what he did was allowed, so I don't know. I'm not gonna give his name out, but just awesome dude. And this used to happen to us all, like when we shot the car with the shotgun. That wasn't planned. We went to some farm and shot, and some guys were like, "Do you want me to shoot one with a shotgun?" We're like, "Yeah, okay."
Is he a professional pyro guy, or is he just, "Oh, I like bombs"?
No, I don't think. No, he's not. Yeah, he's just.
Was he at a rally in Charlotte a few years ago?
No, he's not some right-wing nut job with a hat. No, he's a really nice, down-to-earth guy. Yeah. Anyway, I'll tell when the show's over. I'll tell you. You both know him.
The show's been over for like 10 minutes now.
It's live.
It's still live, dude.
Yeah, but the show's been over.
Oh yeah, I know. Pete rocked up the noise, so it wasn't a gunshot, but it was a bomb. It was a miniature bomb. Yeah, that's it. Everyone go on YouTube and look up Barbie blow up.
I watched it. It's fun. Just videos.
It was fun. It was, dude.
Really fun. If you have a VHS player, you should buy some tapes from them. Or we can give those away. You want to give away some tapes?
No, no. A guy ordered a XXX Paint Squared DVD the other day, and I didn't even have one. I have like a memories box where I keep, like, when products are sold out, I keep the last few of them. I had to go into my memory box to sell this guy a DVD. I don't have much of that stuff. What's that?
I was going to ask how much of that physical stuff you still had, but you got out at the right time as far as having physical media to sell?
No, I sold a ton of it to another buddy of mine who owns a hobby shop for, like, I lost money with shipping and everything. I felt bad bringing a bunch of it to the dump. So one of my buddies bought like thousands, or not thousands, hundreds of DVDs.
Yeah.
We didn't get stuck with a whole bunch of stock. Considering how many DVDs we sold overall, we actually did quite well on that one.
No, it's part of business.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, VHS, I did throw boxes of VHS tapes into the garbage many, many, many years ago.
You could still buy XXX Main online. It's $22.26, $22.34. Why are these weird prices?
What are you talking about? Where are you looking at?
Your videos are for sale online.
On my website?
No, I'm just Googling where to buy stuff. Trendtimes.com. Is that your buddy?
Who? What name? What did you say?
Trend Times.
No, I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, well, he's selling he went to the dump and picked up all your shit.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, good.
He also has the ET video game for Atari 2600.
That was a good game. I'm going to end this again for real because
please.
30 very bored people are still watching. Thank you.
Why does anyone watch this? I don't know. I love all you viewers, but I don't know what's wrong.
Right now, I want to see some response on my you guys went shopping and bought some shit. Don't buy anything Jeff did. Only buy what
Hot Shot. Hot Shot.
That's right. Yeah. Why the Hot Shot? You just still want a Hot Shot?
I do want a Hot Shot really bad, yeah. I never had one when I was a kid, and I want one.
All right, we're going to talk about dinosaurs for a little bit. So this is private talk. So
All right, bye everyone. Let's end this crap.